not be softball weather here in Bloomington, but we are moments away from first pitch between Indiana and Louisville here on Big Ten Plus. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I am Austin Platt. Alongside me is Garrett Larson. We'll hear from Olivia Pierce later on. Garrett, these teams are very familiar with each other, and it's always a good matchup when the Cardinals and Hoosiers meet on the diamond.
Louisville head coach Holly April said that it's not a rivalry, but
Maryland on Monday, and in the game on Friday night, she walked 11 terrapins. Got the win in both games, but has struggled as of late, and there is ball four. 5-pitch walk for Lotus to lead things off.
Yeah, early in this game.
Now it's Chelsea Mack, the center fielder. A junior and a Kentucky transfer showing bunt. Runner goes. The throw from Parker is not in time, and Lotus swipes second, her fifth. Chelsea hitting .392 this year. Full count from Copeland. Check swing, no swing, says third base umpire Donnie Whitehead, and it's back-to-back walks to lead things off for the Cardinals.
Especially against a dangerous hitter like Lorenz.
There's a pitch hit on the ground up the middle. Van Brandt fields, tries to go to shortstop, or rather to second, to the shortstop Cooper. That throw is wide, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out for Despinese. 1-1 hit on the ground to Josie Bird, the first baseman. She'll come home, and they get the force out. Heads up play by the freshman, Josie Bird, playing at first. Indiana gets the first out of the inning. Bases are still loaded, but still a 0-0 game.
Yeah, so far if this
8.5 hits. There's a pitch hit on the ground sharply to Cooper. Nice flip for one. The return to first is not in time. A run scores. Here comes the second one, and it's quickly 2-0 Louisville.
Some confusion at the bags as the runner at second here thought she was safe somehow, so she was going over to third, but field umpire ruled her out and made sure to confirm that.
Players on this Louisville team that are from the Hoosier State. There's a ball hit on the ground to Van Brandt. She'll go the short way to first, and that does it for the top of the first inning. But Louisville does get 2 runs, just 1 hit. The walks, which we mentioned, Garrett, were an issue for Copeland, and the patience for Louisville struck out 1. 2-2 to Copeland. That one's hit sharply on the ground to the third baseman, Alexander. The throw across gets Copeland.
Yeah, really good battle there from Zabala to go in the inner half. And
RBI leader in program history. Broke that a month ago down in Clemson, South Carolina. And right on cue, she smacks a single into right field.
Smacks a single into right field, and I believe her slugging percentage went down.
It did.
So that's...
Lost a pair to Clemson in the Tiger invite in the beginning of March, as that one's chopped on the ground to the shortstop Monroe. She's gonna have 1 play across her body, throw to first. Pick can't be made by Grant. I don't think it would have beaten Parker regardless. In the center fielder in the 4-hole now. First pitch, lifts it, shallow right, foul territory, and the catch is made by Lotus, the second baseman, and gets it in quickly. It's a fine play by Easton Lotus. Covered a lot of ground.
Of this Hoosier order.
And someone who definitely doesn't get talked about enough in this deep IU lineup, as she sits on the 1-2, hits it to Alexander, who scoops it up and goes the short way to third for an unassisted fielder's choice to end the bottom of the first inning. The Hoosiers threatened with a pair of the series on Monday afternoon, a 6-3 win for the Hoosiers. That one's sliced, but right to Madison Strader, the third baseman, for the first out of the second.
Yeah, jam shot right at Strader. Really easy play there. Really good first out for Copeland.
She does put the ball in the outfield. And just like that, a 4-pitch walk. Copeland's third of the game already with 1 out in the second.
Yeah, definitely not what you're looking for if you're Copeland, because now 36 games, only played in 20, started 6, one of which being today. So it's a good opportunity for Copeland to attack.
It's on the ground to short. Indiana gets the force at second, but nothing more. Another fielder's choice. And Indiana converts defensively.
Approach, trying to get a head start of the box and drive it the other way.
It's that one back up the middle, past the glove of Copeland into center field. Wilkeson flips it back in, but a 2-out hit for Easton Lotus, who now has hits in 10 of her. They are positioned right now would tell you that, as Minnick is playing rather shallow. Back pick to second, and the ball gets past Van Brandt. Sliding into third was Luckadoo. Oh, they were trying to get her to score. Holly April was waving her home, but
Yeah, we talked earlier to Coach Holly April, and she said they may be patient early in this game.
there's a called strike 3. Copeland gets her first strikeout here in the second and retires the side. Louisville leaves a pair in scoring position. Full count again. That one's just a little bit high. Ball 4, leadoff walk for Indiana to begin the second.
Something pretty specific out of Kettleman.
Lays a bunt down. That's a really good one. The one play is to first. A good throw from Despines. A good job by the second baseman Lotus to cover, but sacrifice successful.
Wonders of success, especially in the past couple of years, taking the team to the NCAA tournament.
Alex Cooper, a sophomore, was on that team last year. Fouls the first pitch straight back. Cooper 0 for her last 6. Hoosiers hoping to get Copeland up in this inning and turn the lineup card over. Zabala's 2-2 to Cooper. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alyssa Zabala, and the leadoff walk for Indiana is waste the afternoon.
Yeah, and even me, I'd be thinking about that for the rest of the week.
1-2, there's a half swing, roller to second. Van Brandt, a wild throw. Lorenz is going to take second base. The throw is late. And an error from Allie Van Brandt. Very unconventional for her. And the Hoosiers who
On the air, see if she goes.
1-2 from Bree to Bree. That's called strike 3. Copeland gets Despines for her second strikeout of the afternoon and the first out here in the third. Cardinals lead the all-time series between the two, but it's the Hoosiers that have won the last 4. There's a dribbler back to Copeland. She'll fire to Josie Bird at first for the second out. Up to third goes Lorenz, but the Hoosiers are out and away from getting out of this inning and erasing the E4 to lead off the
Couple of hitters. Copeland is really locked down in the strike zone here.
Monroe hits that one the other way. A step back is Kettleman. She's got it. I didn't realize it was the third out, getting ready to fire home, but that'll do it for the top of the third inning. Wait.
Yeah, they have been all over and have been doing great so far this year.
Copeland's first pitch, that's some history. The all-time home run leader at Indiana is Bree Copeland with her 41st career shot. Copeland, the queen for the Cream and Crimson. That didn't take long.
41st home run in her career, the most of anyone who has ever played for Indiana University, and that one was a major blast, well over the 220 side and nearly hit the red GMC out in the parking lot, rolled up right under.
Just a few walks mixed in there, but one big swing of the bat. Can completely get Indiana back in it. Now a 5-pitch walk to Taylor Minnick. She's on base for the second time today. 8-4 entering the third, and then they completely turned it around after a long rain delay. They have the feeling they can do so again. There's another 5-pitch walk, this time to Parker. So a leadoff home run from Copeland in the third, and then back-to-back. Louisville is pretty good as well in terms of limiting the free passes. Wilkeson pops that one up foul side of third this time. The shortstop making the catch is Monroe. And both Minnick and Parker have to stay put. Wilkeson can't do the job. And Texas Longhorns have been battling out for which team has the better batting average. There's a fly ball into left. Shouldn't be trouble for Lorenz. She's got it. And after back-to-back walks, now a pair of flyouts. 2 down for Kinsey Mitchell with the sticks. Mitchell hits that one up the middle. That's a base hit. Minnick is going to get the turn. She will score. The throw is cut off. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and this game is tied at 2 as Kinsey Mitchell comes through with an RBI single.
A big swing by Mitchell there, really, really big. You'll see a replay here just past the shortstop into center field. Thought the center fielder was going to actually throw the ball to third, but she opted not to do so. But now it's first and third.
Take the bat out of Bird's hand. Bird's someone who can certainly hit it to the fences. 1-1, hits that one hard on the ground. Good job by Alexander to play it back, and then throws across to Grant, who makes a nice play at first. to end the bottom of the third inning, but not after a little bit of history.
It left her mark with the Cardinals. Currently, Alexander is putting up a strong numbers, like a .400 batting average overall and totaling 32 hits out of 80 bats. The next question is, can she put an end to the Hoosiers parade for the evening? We will find out. Back to you all.
Well, Madison Pickens just did a solo shot to begin the fourth inning. Pickens heard about the conversation regarding Alexander, said, hey, let me join in on the fun. She hits one the other way, and just like that, it's 3-2. Cardinals jump back on top as Pickens hits her second home run over in this game. Copeland has one, and now Pickens has one. There's one off the end of the bat. Should be easy for Van Brandt. There's the first out in the fourth, as Pickens has now given Louisville a 3-2 lead. Blotus waiting on deck. 3 hits. For Louisville, they have 3 runs. Indiana with 4 hits and 2 runs. Also have made 2 errors. That pitch misses high and away, and Luckadoo wins the battle. Copeland's 4th walk she's issued in this one.
Really good games by 2 good conferences.
There's a ball hit on the ground. Strader does well in the forehand. Gets to Van Brandt for 1. They won't get the return out at first, but a smooth play on the hot corner from Maddie Strader. Another fielder's choice in this game. By my count, that's the 4th.
To do it, it might be impossible given the speed.
There's a bunt from Mack. Strader fields, fires, and they got Mack at first base by half a step. The hitting belonged to Maddie Strader in the field, but a lead-up home run from Madison Pickens give Strader, a freshman from Cedar Park, Texas, lines that one off the glove of the first baseman Grant, and Strader will reach on a hard-hit single. I mentioned the rest of the group. Minnick was on the team. There's a bunt. That's a fair ball. The throw goes to second, and that's not in time. Despaniz trying to get aggressive and get Strader the lead runner instead of taking
K to walk ratio, so behind 3-0 early.
Copeland not swinging. It's upstairs and a tad bit in for ball 4. Copeland has been a walks machine at the plate. Swing it out. Got to give the advantage to statistically one of, if not the best hitter in the conference. The 2-2 from Boo. Swung on and missed for strike 3. She got Minnick.
That is not something that she can take advantage of it.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and the bases loaded. That one, another foul ball. Just gets a piece of it, does Avery Parker. Louisville didn't even play. Way is getting a turf repair this summer.
That was a very exciting post-game conference.
3-2, that one's hit into left field and down for a base hit. 1 run scores, that Strader behind her is Cooper. The throw is in time. Copeland goes to third. This game is tied. Shauna Stanton immediately wants a review. It's a 3-3 game, potentially more, as Parker wins the battle and kind of golfs one into left. A really strong throw from Lorenz. And that's tough. The bat's in the way, and Cooper tries to stick her left hand between the tag. And safe. The call is overturned. A fist bump from Shauna Stanton. It's a 2-run single for Avery Parker. Cooper scores, and the Hoosiers have their first lead of the game. And Boo is in some trouble here. Indiana already has the lead, looking for more. Safety squeeze. The throw goes home. Copeland stays put at third, and everybody's safe. Wilkinson does the job, gets the bunt down. Going to give themselves more of a cushion. The 2-2. Van Brandt hits it high in the air, out to left center field. Playable for Lorenz. The ball's over her head. It kept carrying. Copeland scores. The brakes are put on to Drummond at third. That ball just kept on carrying, and it landed on the warning track. The wind may have pushed it. It's a long single for Van Brandt.
That one looked like it was going to be a relatively routine fly, as we see here, but it just keeps carrying as the wind might be blowing just out to left field a little bit. Lorenz cannot handle it. But unfortunately, since it looked like Lorenz was going to be able to handle it for so long, no one's able to advance, and only 1 run.
Maybe he was going to get close to her second career home run. Now it's Kinsey Mitchell, first pitch swinging into center field. This one will hold up for Mack. Tagging and scoring is Drummond. It's a sacrifice fly for Mitchell. And back-to-back pitches, Indiana has extended its lead from 4-3 to 6-3.
softball player of the year twice.
Can't quite come through here in the clutch, swings and misses, and that does it for a lengthy bottom of the fourth inning, but an inning where Indiana grabs the lead, a 4-spot on 5 hits.
Chance to win, and Copeland seems to be the latter.
And that time she hit Lorenz. Maybe a little too comfortable. And Lorenz is now on for the 3rd time today, 4th time she's... But there's still plenty of time. You're in the 5th inning. You average just a run an inning. That'll tie the game. Swinging this time, a high fly ball into shallow left. Over is Minnick. Takes a half step back and makes the catch on her back foot for the first. 1-2. Alexander, another one high in the air. Cooper going out. Minnick calls her off and has her second out of the inning after the hit by pitch pair of flyouts for Bree Copeland, who is approaching 5 innings completed in this game. She pitched runs, only 1 earned. Did walk 4, only struck out 3. That one's on the ground, fair ball, straighter across the diamond. That does it for a nice inning for Bree Copeland. After the Hoosiers put up 4 in the bottom of the 4th, Copeland retires the side, faces just 4 batters and on. And she mentioned top 40 is kind of the goal. Straighter golfs that one into shallow left center field, and that ball is down in front of Lorenz, who tried to make a sliding catch, but came up a little bit short. But before that, it was a long losing streak that Indiana had against Louisville. Now turn it around. Cooper drills that one out to right center field. It is gone! Alex Cooper, her 3rd home run of the year, a 2-run shot. That, I would say, is a hard hit ball, Garrett. And just like that, it is 8-3 Hoosiers.
And that one was crushed out to center field. Made it over the wall by a pretty good amount here. You'll see it go out to right center, up into the picnic area. I don't know if you can call it a picnic in this kind of weather, but surely someone's having fun out there. And what a swing, Tori. And so you want to try to keep this game in your grasp to give yourself a chance in the 6th and 7th.
Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, the 2nd time Copeland has been awarded a free pass in this game. Copeland can and will steal. 12 stolen bases has not been caught. Minnick goes after the first pitch and pops it up into shallow left. The shortstop Monroe goes out and grabs it. Set the mark. Now 3-0 to Parker. That's ball 4. Harrison has struggled with command. 2 walks she has issued in this inning, 1st and 2nd, with 1 out for Melina Wilkinson.
Violation on Harrison, I do not know.
Wilkinson goes after the first pitch, hits it in the left field corner, and the catch is made by Lorenz, tagging in the 3rd, and they got Copeland! Oh, what a way to end the inning! Lorenz crashes up into the wall and then fires a bullet to Alexander. How's that for an inning-ending double play? It goes 7-5, but Indiana, with 2 more runs, leads 8-3 after 5 here on Big Ten Plus. Wow! 2 balls and 2 strikes. Copeland's delivery sharply on the ground, stabbed at third base by Strader, and she throws out Pickens for the first out of the 6th. Strader has not played third base every single game. The
Chilly, at least there's no rain. The dirt is not wet.
2-2 is cut on and missed for strike 3. Copeland with a little bit of a shrug. Her 3rd strikeout. Oh. 3-1. That's a tad bit low. Ball 4.
That's a tough miss there from Copeland.
Bases. Otis hits that one the other way. Minnick camps under it, and that does it for the visiting half of the 6th inning. A 2-out walk from Luckadoo, but Louisville can't get any closer. It's 8-3. Indiana leads. Out by Indiana, but won 34 games. It was their best season since 2019 when they won 35 games and also went to the tournament. There's a diving stop by the shortstop Monroe. She has no play, but unbelievable range there. We've talked about how the defense isn't there for 5 years. There's a pitch low to second base goes Van Brandt. The throw is late. It was a good pick by Despinese behind the plate. But with Van Brandt running with that speed, as you mentioned, her 6th 5 stolen bases, so much closer to the home run threshold that Stanton set compared to the stolen bases, but still about a month left in the regular season for them to do that, as Mitchell draws a 5-pitch walk. Her second free pass up.
I would assume it's her strikeout.
I would imagine, yes. 3-2, there is the strikeout. Blows one right by Josie Bird, who goes down for the second time today via the K. Here's the first out in the bottom
zone here. She's been doing that thus far, possibly catching the Hoosiers off guard.
1-1, that's off the end of the bat, back to the infield, and a nice play by Gray fielding her own position. Could have been disastrous with
Been a close call.
Is it running into the kicker or roughing the kicker? Where's Gene Steratore? 1-1 with 2 outs to Cooper, showing bunt, puts one down. It's going to force Gray to make a play, and they did not get Cooper. Close play at first. Out is the call.
I win.
Louisville gets out of the inning. Both teams win their respective challenges in this game. They'll head to the top of the 7th inning. Last call for Louisville.
It's the perfect person to have to lead off an inning in which you need to score 5.
2-1, chopper to short. Cooper fires to first. That was a bullet to Josie Bird. Quickly, the first out is recorded as Bree Copeland 2 outs away from recording her 6th complete game. Waiting on deck, she's 0 for 3 today. Just 3 hits all night long for Louisville. There is strike 3. That ball gets past Parker, and Lorenz will reach. Bree will get.
I had a scare in Arkansas, nearly hit a deer winding through the mountains that came around a corner.
Full count, swung on and missed for strike 3. Copeland gets Despinese, her 5th strikeout. Copeland finished it off with a complete game of her own in the 2nd game Monday. Now looking for another complete game here. That one's in the dirt. Allows Lorenz to get to second base. Hoosiers are 1 strike away. Louisville this year 0-11 when trailing entering the 7th inning. Need a big comeback here. 2-2. Swung on and missed. The throw from Parker to Bird finishes the job. And the Hoosiers pick up their 5th straight victory, an 8-3 win over the Louisville Cardinals, and improve to 27-10 on the year, and finish off a winning homestand, and now 5 straight wins for Indiana over Louisville in a game that had felt like, more of a postseason game, Garrett. This felt like a middle of May NCAA tournament regional kind of affair.
It really did, until about the 5th inning.